Today I'm going to show you how I make my continuous moss square. This also forms the base of my moss stitch bowl cozy. It makes a great coaster just the way it is. You can continue it to make a dishcloth or washcloth, or even make it as large as you want into a baby blanket or even larger. So let's get started. So I start with a magic ring, and I make a magic ring a little different than you might have seen in other places. I think my way is a little easier, so here's how I do it. Okay, I'm going to start with a slip knot on my hook and leave a little bit of a tail. Because that tail needs to be long enough to wrap around my finger. Right? So I just wrap that, not loosely, I'm not cutting off the circulation or anything like that. And now my first stitch, this one's always the trickiest. My first stitch is going to go right into that loop that I had around my finger. Okay? My slip knot's on my hook, my short end here, I wrapped it around my finger. Now I'm going to Now I'm going to insert it into that loop. Now I'm just going to carefully take my finger out, grab my working end, and I'm going to make my first single crochet right in that space. Okay? So you can see I have an adjustable loop here. If I pull on this tail, it gets smaller. And here's my working end, and there's my first single crochet. And you can barely see the slip knot that started it all. So I have one single crochet in my magic ring. I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to mark this chain 2 right away with a stitch marker. A single crochet again in my magic ring, chain 2, and I'm going to mark this one. Now you notice this one's a different color marker than my first one, and you'll see why in a minute. I'm going to do that 2 more times. Single crochet into the magic ring, chain 2, place my third marker, whoopsie, get my yarn back on my hook, single crochet into the ring, chain 2, place my fourth marker. Now I'm not going to join at the ends of rounds. This is going to be a continuous square. I do, however, want to close up my magic ring, so I'm just going to pull on that short beginning tail until the center is closed. And now here's why we have one of them that's a different color than the other ones, because this now marks the beginning of round. This is that very first chain 2 space that I made, second, third, fourth. So this is a very easy way of keeping track of where you are in your project. So that was round 1 complete. We're going to continue on with round 2. Round 2, we're going to work into this marked chain space, single crochet, whoops, tighten that up a little bit, single crochet, chain 1, and I'm going to move my marker up right away, chain 1 in right there, and single crochet again in that very same space. Now I'm going to chain 1 between my corners, single crochet, chain 1, move this stitch marker up, single crochet in the same space, chain 1, single crochet in the next marked corner space, chain 1, move the stitch marker up, single crochet in the same corner, chain 1, single crochet in the next corner space, chain 1, move the marker up, single crochet in the same corner, and chain 1. Okay, so you can now see that it's starting to look like a square already, and we only have 2 rounds done. So we have 4 corners, and now you can see that we also have some chain spaces in the middle of the rounds of every side. So that's why we keep the corners marked, so we don't make a mistake and make a corner in a different place. Single crochet in the corner, chain 1, move the marker up, single crochet in the same corner, chain 1. Now we single crochet in this space on the side, chain 1, and now we single crochet in the corner, chain 1, move my marker up, single crochet in that same corner, chain 1, single crochet in that space at the side, chain 1, single crochet in the corner, chain 1, move my marker up, single crochet in that same corner, chain 1, single crochet in the space at the side, chain 1, single crochet in the corner, chain 1, move the marker up, single crochet in that same corner, chain 1, single crochet in the space on the side, and chain 1. And now I'm back to the beginning of round again. And now we just keep doing this over and over until the piece is as big as you want it to be. I'll do this one more time. Single crochet in the marked space at the corner, chain 1, move my marker up, single crochet in that same corner, chain 1, single crochet in the first chain 1 space of this side, chain 1, single crochet in the next chain 1 space, chain 1, single crochet in the marked corner, chain 1, move my marker up, single crochet in that same corner, chain 1, single crochet in the space, chain 1, single crochet in the next space, chain 1, single crochet in the marked corner, chain 1, move the next stitch marker up, single crochet in the same corner, chain 1, single crochet in the space, chain 1, single crochet in the next space, chain 1, single crochet in the corner, chain 1, move the stitch marker up, single crochet in the same corner, chain 1, single crochet in the space, chain 1, single crochet in the next space. Okay, here I've reached the end of round 8. You can see I still have my 4 corners marked. That was my beginning of round, and instead of ending back here in that chain 1 space, what I did to end my round is I just made 1 single crochet in this first corner. All right, I'll show you that. Right, that's where my round would have normally ended. And so all I did, since I'm finishing, I decided this is big enough for me. I'm going to chain 1 and just single crochet once in that corner. It just helps the corner to be a little squarer, in my opinion. So all I'm going to do now is cut my yarn, and now I'm going to thread it through my yarn needle. I'm going to move my stitch marker out of my way. And you see the top of this very first, well, the next single crochet of the row below. All I'm going to do is take my yarn needle and go under those 2 loops, and then back through the top of that last one that I made. And I'm going to adjust it so that it looks like every other stitch, maybe a little tighter. There we go. And then I will weave it in on the back, and I will go that way for a few stitches, and then back up this way for a few stitches, and I will do the same for my beginning end. I will weave the end through. Take all of my stitch markers out, and there is my little coaster. You can see with just a little bit of convincing, you can get the thing to look very nice and square.